maybe off the field later on. So that'll just be trout quite still be a solo trout and 3 cages like so. That's just the 2 cages, 3 trout this morning. We're going to have the vendors in the early trout to be pleased with both the races. Vendors with stock in the early trout and the races.
No card.
A very warm welcome to the grader sales here at Star Pelaw this morning. 2 alterations. We've got lot 18, Dairyland Roxy has been withdrawn in season and she's replaced by Reserve A, Dairyland Champ. And lot 43, Droopy Sway, has been withdrawn bitten. And the trial 22 is now a solo, but Droopy Sway will be offered for sale on the bench. So just the 2 alterations to today's catalogue. We will be commencing in around about 5 minutes' time.
I know where we go, but early. Alright, come down here. Oh, really? I won't let her come with you. I tell you, full body fan. I love that. Sitting down at the bank and all them bars there. I like this. I know. No, I love that.
So the greyhounds are out onto the track then for our very first trial of the day. Two dog trial here. Trap 2, Gritwell Cami is lot 1 and has 3 marks on her card. She's Ballymach Cash Out, Source of Joy is a proven dam. And Trap 4, Gritwell Sammy is a litter brother with a bit more experience, a couple of races in Drumbo and Newbridge. That's it. They're all locked and loaded for the first of the day. Hare runs. Stand by. And away we go. And the first to show on the outside is Gritwell Sammy, who will lead into the turn courtesy of an early dash round the first 2 curves. And 4 runs the bends nicely there. Gritwell Sammy from Gritwell Cami. The sister just can't quite go the gallop. She's got a little bit less experience than Gritwell Sammy. He's already had 2 races under his belt and he's gone well clear here. Gritwell Sammy is going nicely here at Star Pelaw and does the job in the first. So the result of the first trial was first Trap 4, Gritwell Sammy won in a 26.44, respectable time in this first heat, and he beat Gritwell Cami, his sister, by 7 3/4. She clocked 27.07. The sectionals down the card 5.77 and 5.68. So a nice start there for Gritwell Sammy and a good benchmark at 26.44. The next trial is trial 2. A rumble strip will wear the blue jacket of 2, and there is an extra line of form from your catalogue. On the 8th of May, rumble strip, she was second to Sooty View at Cork. Sooty View won the trial in an 1874 with 10 going allowance on there, and the calculated time for rumble strip 1891. She's Grangeview 10 out of Sooty Centurion, who was a top grade winner herself, October 24, so a young bitch in lot 3, Trap 2, rumble strip. And Aces Wild got a couple of marks on his card. His Signet Ace, Montana Fantasy, an August 24 puppy who won odds on in his previous trial. This trial 2 here, which I missed waffling. So Aces Wild wins the second trial in Trap 5 in a 27.41 and beat Rumble Strip 3 1/4 lengths. 27.41 there were 587 and 583. Next trial is trial 3, Aero Floral. Trap 2, and the Statsman will be in trap 4. Next trial at the boxes then, Aero Floral, no marks on the card for this daughter of Droopy Sydney. She's September 24, at the open class 4 and 6 bend Bitch Bocco's Leah. And for Statsman, a couple of races on the board, and he won last summer in Dundalk. July 24, son of Sonic Ace and a Dealer Oreo, nicely bred. Here we go then. There runs. Up go the lids and off from racing and flashing out the boxes. Statsman will roar into the first bend and lead quite comfortably at that point, steering a middle to wide course and going on by a good 4 to 5 lengths down the back straight and into the third turn. It's Statsman who's now well clear from Aero Floral. She's trying to bridge the gap on the run for Home Mind, and up towards the line. He's all out close home. Oh, and she's got up. Aero Floral got there in the shadow of the post to beat Statsman. Good sprinty type Statsman, and Aero Floral has gone clear to the pickup. So results for trial 3, first trap 2, Aero Floral, won in a 27.05 and beat Statsman by half a length. The sectionals down the card 5.59 and 5.48. A nice performance there from Aero Floral. Her mother actually ran open class over 4 to 6 bends, so she obviously stays really well. She's British bred as well, notably, so should create a lot of interest in the sale. The time is 27.05. That's well inside the grading. The grading time here at Star Pelaw is 27.50, 27.50. Now our next trial is trial 4. Hasty Sheila is lot 7. She's a September 24 daughter of Swords Rex, and she's been running in Clonmel recently in A67 grade. And Burn Park Bradley is a Grangeview 10 dog, and he's just got one mark on his card when he was second in Galway in a sprint. The dogs are at the boxes then and loading up now for trial 4. Head runs. Stand by then. And away we go. And a flashy break on the outside from Burn Park Bradley to lead into the turn from Hasty Sheila. So they round the first 2 curves. Ran that nicely as well, did the leader, Burn Park Bradley, down the far side and into the third turn now. Just has a length or so's lead as Hasty Sheila tries to close now, coming off the last bend. Still Burn Park Bradley steering that middle to wide course, and she's trying to get up close home and does so. Hasty Sheila has picked up Burn Park Bradley. Another nicely put together trial there in trial 4.
line by 3 quarters to 11, so you want to 57, 57, 57, 0 start 3 amazing Rex, line Royal Navy.
The results of trial 4 was first trap 2 Hasty Sheila in the 27.57, beat Burnpark Bradley by 3 parts of a length. The next trial is trial 5, Amazing Rex and Royal Navy, 2 youngsters from the Kennedy Kennel. Amazing Rex only won in the litter actually, but mother was open class and through Lenny's Dream. That's it, they're all locked and loaded. Royal Navy is out of the Oaks winner, Billy's Diva. Lovely breeding. Here we go. And away, and it's a good start for my Royal Navy up on the outside and shows blistering early dash into the first turn and sets up a 4-length lead already. Down the far side from Amazing Rex. It's Royal Navy though going great guns into the third turn, showing really good speed, this youngster. Royal Navy well clear now from Amazing Rex. So turn for home. Lovely breeding. Royal Navy is going to hack up here and do it really well. Nice performance there from Royal Navy. And he certainly knew his job, didn't he, first time up.
We've got our 583 by 7 3 quarter lengths, the winning by 26, 66, 62, 0 start 1 is running in the score is and it's good for being after trial 8.
And the results trial 5 was first track 5 Royal Navy, won it in a 26.62, 26.62, and beat Amazing Rex by 7 3/4 lengths. The sectionals down the card 601 and 580. Next trial is trial 6, Rath Me and View in track 1, and Fur Cullen Champ in track 4. Rath Me and View, plenty of experience, and I know in 2 Compats Galway did reach the final. Showed flashes of ability in the opening round, came second, looking a decent time. And Fur Cullen Champ, no marks on her card. She's Ballymac Cash Out, Dryland and Sally, an August 24 puppy. Dryland and Sally, a producer of Open Class herself. We're just waiting for Cullen Champ at the moment. Her brother actually made 4,500 at the recent Toaster sale. And nicely bred. Again, Ballymac Cash Out doing remarkably well at stud. Dryland and Sally, as I mentioned, has produced Open Class in the past, so good breeding. Might just be worth waiting for. as she comes out onto the track, and her opposition here is Rathmian View, who's waiting patiently behind the box. It's quite unexposed and has some sound Galway form in sprints. So they are now in the boxes. A wave of the flag, and the hare is now set in motion for trial 6, lot 11 Rathmian View, lot 12 Cullen Champ. And away we go. Fairly level line leaving the boxes. Rathmian View will show early dash and grab the lead going into the first turn, just moving off a little bit at that point. And Cullen Champ is trying to go with Rathmian View into that third turn now. They reach the third bend, and it's about a length and a half advantage for Rathmian View from Cullen Champ. A little bit less experienced, but really trying hard in the closing stages, and that gap was round about a length and a quarter, length and a half as they crossed the wire. And again, another nice little trial there in this early session of today's sales at Pelaw. So the result of trial 6 there was first track 1 Rathmian View. Lot 11 wins trial 6 in a 26.49. Decent run there. Showed a nice turn of early dash. And beat track 4 Cullen Champ. Again, quite admirable in defeat and kept on stoutly in the closing stages. Got beat 1.5 lengths. The sectionals there 5.62 and 5.75. Next trial, then trial 7. Droopy's Lightfoot and Droopy's Seducer. 2 unraced pups. And the hare is now set in motion. Stand by. And away we go. And a fairly level break there between this young pair. And into the turn. The 2 Lightfoot just about goes on. Takes the bend pretty well actually from Droopy's Seducer, who's about 4 or 5 lengths behind going in to the third turn now. And Droopy's Lightfoot, whose mother was her sister to Droopy's Display, won the Kent Derby. Nicely bred, and has gone and shown some nice pace there to win trial 7. What section was 2? Thank you. Thank you very much. The result of trial 7 was first trap 2, Droopy's Lightfoot, 26.93, 26.93, and beat Droopy's Seducer by 2 lengths. Sectionals down the card, 5.79 and 5.84. Now we have trial 8 next, and there will be a short break after this trial when the track will be regraded. So we have a couple of unraced puppies in the next. Lot 15 is Fast and Fierce. No marks on the card for this son of Good Cody out of Dicer Queen. October 24 pup. And track 5 is Tommy's Flavour, whose iconic Rory Droopy's Good Time. Droopy's Good Time was open class in her own right. So December 24 pup. No marks on the card for Tommy's Flavour. Two very, very young and green pups here from the Jim O'Brien kennels for trial 8. Now behind the boxes then for our next trial. Wave the flag and the hare runs then. And away we go. The best break was from Tommy's Flavour up on the outside and goes into the first turn with a 2.5 length lead from Fast and Fierce, who runs the bend really well there and has closed the gap now down the far side. They race into the third turn, and it's Tommy's Flavour up on the outside, only a length or so clear from Fast and Fierce, who's launching a challenge now coming off the last bend and now just noses ahead on the run for home. It's got to be nip and tuck, but on the bob it's Fast and Fierce that proves the stronger of the pair in the closing stages and goes on round to the drop 4 or 5 lengths clear from Tommy's Flavour, who showed the early dash to win the trial.
Last trial, 2 weeks, 5, 1.5 lengths. Put it down 27.07, 27.
Result trial 8 was first trap 2, Fast and Fierce, 27.07. Second trap 5, Tommy's Flavour, 27.19, got beat a length and a half. And there will now be a short break while the track is regraded. We'll come back with trial 9. And don't forget that there is an alteration in trial 9 where earlier on trap 5 and lot 18 Dairyland Roxy was withdrawn in season, and reserve A Dairyland Champ will now run from trap 5 in trial 9. So the brothers together now, Dairyland Davy and Dairyland Champ, are a Signet Ace Spooks Me December 24 litter from Peter Cronin's range. So it's the alteration to trial 9 when we resume after the track has been regraded. So while the tractor is going around, we'll just have a quick resume of what happened in the early third of the session. The first Grip Royal Sammy, he's got the fastest so far, 26.44. He's got a little bit of experience on his card and also a Drumbo win, but it was quite impressive, winning by 7 3/4. Close to that time was Rathmeum View, and quite unexposed. I mentioned this Galway form. Rathmeum View had come second in the stake that took place in March in Galway, a sprint stake, 0-2 stake. Clocked a decent run then. Showed nice pace when getting loose this morning. Also, I mentioned for Royal Navy, looks a raw pup of promise. Really well bred Sign It Ace and Billy's Diva, December 24 puppy. He fairly flew to the third turn. Looks a nice sprinty type in the early stages. And again, maybe a mention for Aero Floral. She came from off the pace to claim her trial 3, and she went well round the drop. And her mother is open class or 4 to 6 bends, so that's where maybe she'll want that little bit further. So sprinty types on offer. Statsman did go early but didn't quite stay, so he could be kind of a 2-bender or maybe a nice little dog for Pelaw here in the leadability factors. So plenty of nice eye-catching performances in that first session. We'll resume shortly. So the tractor's been round and the traps are set back out onto the track here for our very next trial. So trap 2, Dairyland Davy, Peter Cronin, Signing Ace, Spooks Me. And the reserve now runs from the orange jacket of 5 is Reserve 8, Dairyland Champ, who's a brother to Dairyland Davy. That's it, they're all tucked away in the traps. Wave the flag, and the hare now runs. Hare runs then. Stand by. Up go the lids, and a smart start from Dairyland Champ, the reserve, but better early dash from Dairyland Davy to get the lead into the first turn. Both rather green round the bends there, but they've kicked away this Dairyland Davy into the third bend now and gone well clear. Dairyland Davy from the fast starting Dairyland Champ. Can't really go the gallop. Dairyland Davy is scooting well clear in the closing stages. Will come home alone. Results trial 9 was first trap 2 Dairyland Davy, won in a 26.88 and beat the reserve Greyhound Dairyland Champ by 11 1/4 lengths. And the sectorals there 5.76, 5.84. Next trial is trial 10. In trap 2 we have lot 19 Hasty Session, who's a blue son of New In Session out of minor Brexit October 24. And went slightly better in front of the brother on the same trial session in Drumbo on the 4th of May. Hasty Sam, who's a black young dog. There we go then, hare approaches. And away we go, and a good break on the outside from Hasty Sam to lead into the turn by a couple of lengths. Takes the bend really nicely and maintains the gallop and quickens right away down the far side, showing good acceleration is Hasty Sam. Hasty Sam then some 5 lengths clear from Hasty Session, and as they swing for home, that kind of form from Drumbo has been well and truly reversed here. There's a big improved performance there from Hasty Sam, who wins trial 10 by a wide margin. Results trial 10 was first track 5 Hasty Sam, who won by a wide margin of 9 lengths and beat his brother Hasty Session, who clocked to 27.70. 26.97 was the winning time. And the sectorals there down the card 5.87 and 5.76. Next trial is trial 11. Prime Top Notch is a Ballymac cash out of Dot Chetnik Diva, Feb 25, so just a baby. This one's, the mother was a strong running open class performer. And another ace is a Sign It Ace, Our Dream September 24 puppy. From the Sean Conway Kennels, up in the north of Ireland. So an interesting runner here. Prime Top Notch. So just to keep you up to date there, the curtain had come back, so we just taken the dogs out of the traps and take them back to the racing paddock, just as a precaution to be checked by the vet, just in case they did get stirred up in the traps there. It's just a precaution measure that is taken here at Star Pelaw, and we'll update you when the greyhounds are A-OK to come back onto the track. So ready for this next trial now, trial 11, Prime Top Notch in trap 3, another race in 6. Checked over and the hare is now on the move. Hare runs then. And away we go, and flashy break from another race who leads in the early stages by a couple of lengths, trying to play catch up now and go round the outside was Prime Top Notch, and he's shown good gears here to now go down the back straight and hit the front of the halfway stage into the third turn. And Prime Top Notch is showing his pace here, and he's quick and right away. He's missed the kick completely. He's had to negotiate a path around another race, and he's absolutely blitzed into this trial and shown real eye-catching pace. Prime Top Notch, a youngster, Feb 25, of immense promise. Of trial 11 was first track 3 Prime Top Notch, won in a 26.97 and beat another race by 11 3/4. The sectionals 5.72 and 5.62. Our next trial is trial 12. Track 3 is the Goat. No marks on his card. And track 5 is Snatched. He's got plenty of experience in Dundalk and of course Shelburne Park as well. We'll just get this cleared up, yeah. At the boxes then. The Goat in trap 3 and Snatched in trap 5. There runs. Up go the leads and away and racing, and the best break is from Snatched and flies into the first turn from the Goat, who can't quite go the gallop in the early stages. Oh, a very, very wide course there from Snatched, but still maintains a big lead going into the third turn. The Goat still playing catch up there, and as they swing off the last turn, Snatch still has a good 8-length lead. Showing signs of greenness is the Goat in behind. Snatched will make all in trial 12. From track 5. So, trial 10, here's the session, here's the sound. Result of trial 12 was first track 5 Snatched in a 26.70, and second was the Goat 27.20, being 6 1/4 lengths. So the next trial here is Easy Kingdom and Bella. There runs, and off we go, and a flashy break from Bella will lead in the early exchanges from Easy Kingdom, who's just a length or so behind, takes a better line and tries to challenge now coming out the second bend, but Bella has straightened up, still with this length or so lead into the third turn now. Bella from Easy Kingdom, who's still looking for a way past as they turn for home now. Bella still with the lead and seeing the trip out well enough to hold on in the closing stages. Bella beats Easy Kingdom narrowly, close home.
Result of that trial, 5 metres, half a length, we would have had
The result of trial 13 was first track 5 Macdara Bella, 27.19. Beat Easy Kingdom half a length. That one clocked to 27.23. Now just go back to trial 10. And at the time I did say that the form had been reversed from that 4th of May trial session in Drumbo. Well, it turns out that the winner of the trial was trap 5, but that was Hasty Session. So they went from the different boxes. So Hasty Session, lot 19, won the trial, and Hasty Sam was back in second spot, 9 lengths behind. So they went from different boxes to advertise there, and in fact the form was confirmed from that Drumbo trial session. So just to let you know. And just to let you know, one of those is a blue dog and one's a black dog. So we've looked at that, and that has now been confirmed as well. So apologies for that. But that was what happened in trial 10. Now we move on to trial 14, Hawkfield Lexi and Gizmo Robin. And away we go. Just stumbling a little bit, Gizmo Robin leaving the gates. Up on the inside, showing better pace now is Hawkfield Lexi to lead into the turn and takes the bend really well. Hawkfield Lexi then down the far side, going on. So I'm 4 to 5 lengths clear into the penultimate turn now. Hawkfield Lexi with A3 form on her card, skipped well clear, and is going to come home alone in a decent effort, steering a middle course there, Hawkfield Lexi. Results trial 14 was first trap 2 Hawkfield Lexi, won in 26.83 and beat Gizmo Robin by 5.5 lengths. That one clocked 27.27. And the sectorals down the card 5.62 and 5.65. Trial 15 is our next trial. Good Lossie in 3, and Amazing Persia in 5. And away we go. And Amazing Persia gets the best break and leads into the turn. Amazing Persia coming back across into the almost a middle to rails position, whereas losing ground there was Good Lossie down the back straight, not bending well at all into the third turn. And it is Amazing Persia that's gone well clear here from Good Lossie, who's got rather lost now in behind. These sisters are like chalk and cheese, aren't they? One of them knew the job better than the other. And Amazing Persia, with that experience of Results of trial 15 was first track 5 Amazing Persia, who won the trial in 26.77 and beat Good Lossie by 7.25. That one recording a 27.32. And the times down the card for the sectionals 5.84 and 5.70. So one more trial in this session, trial 16, before there'll be a track regrade. And track 2, we've got lot 31 Tommy's Delight. No marks on the card for this son of iconic Rory out of Droopy's Good Time, who was open class performer herself, a December 24 puppy. And also no marks on the card for Track 5, Lasting Dream, who's white and blue son of Good Cody out of Dysert Queen, October 24 youngster for trial 16. So here we go then. Trial 16. Her approaches. And away we go. And a fairly level break there between the pair of them leaving the gates. And they're going to go neck and neck into the first turn. Two just runs off a true line there, Tommy's Delight, and takes the ground of Lasting Dream. And Tommy's Delight has now straightened up and now gone on, showing good middle pace into the third turn now. Tommy's Delight from Lasting Dream, who just got forced wide there and maybe lost balance somewhat round the first two curves, but up towards the line. 2, Tommy's Delight will beat 5, Lasting Dream. Did you get the sectionals there? And the full order of finish there for race 16 was first Track 2, Tommy's Delight, won the trial in 26.92. Second Track 5, Lasting Dream, clocked to 27.35 and was beaten 5 1/4 lengths. And the sectionals, they were both 5.77 as they crossed the line, disputing together. Of course, at the first bend, Tommy's Delight just showing novice signs there, running off and taking the ground of Lasting Dream, who was forced extremely wide at that point. Let's just have a quick recap then on the second session. And we had an impressive winner in the 9th trial, Dairyland Davy, won in a 26.88. Just don't forget that in that trial 10, the winner in Track 5 was Hasty Session. So the traps were flipped there, and Hasty Session in trial 10 went from box 5 and won the trial and confirmed that Drumbo Park trial session lines of form on the 4th of May and beat his brother Hasty Sam by 9 lengths. We had a real eye-catching performance from Prime Top Notch, who completely missed the break. He had to go right the way wide round the first bend here at Pelaw and come round the outside of another Ace's trial mate, and he fairly flew from that point onwards and clocked a respectable 26.97. We had Snatched showing nice pace in the early stages. He was extremely wide, so if you're looking for wide runners, then Snatched is your man. 26, your woman, I should say. She's a daughter of Dramana Bucko out of Unbelievable. She's got a bit of experience, but she looked extremely wide. And another performance of merit was Hawkfield Lexi. She's got A3 form in Shelburne Park, so she's a decent class, and she clocked 26.83, showing a bit of early dash to the turn. And again, those Kennedy unexposed puppies, December 24 whelps, Amazing Persia, she showed nice early dash after a decent start and clocked to 26.77. And we just saw that trial 16. So lots to like about some of these youngsters here at the sales here at Pelaw Grange. We'll be back after this tractor break. So the tractor's been round and the track regraded. We'll resume with trial 17. Tractor is Witty Remark, who's got a couple of marks on her card. She's a King Sheeran up along Sale April 24 youngster. She won a race just recently in an S6 time. And Carsthorne is a Ballymac cash out, that source of joy at Litter June 24 with A6 form at Shelburne Park. So two middle graders here in Fraser Black's kennel. Hare approaches. And away we go, and a lively break from Carsthorne up on the outside, but outpaced into the turn by Witty Remark, who's come through to challenge now. Takes the tighter line and now goes on via length. Oh, just hampered the fortunes there of Carsthorne out the second bend. As they go into the third turn, it's still Witty Remark, narrowly from Carsthorne, who is game and coming back for more now. He's launching a challenge wide on the track, up towards the line. He's switched back to the inner, and it is two that just holds on. Witty Remark from Carsthorne in quite a tussle in trial 17.
Pelaw trial 2 weeks 4 by half a length, the winning time 694, 66.
Result of trial 17 was first track to Witty Remark, who beat Carsthorne by half a length in a 26.94. 26.94 and 26.99 were the times recorded there. And the section was down the card 5.75 and 5.74. Next trial will be trial 18. A couple of unexposed youngsters from the Peter Cronin kennel. Dairyland Amelia. She's Droopy's Flight Line out of Benavadine Roxy. March 25 baby, with one mark on a card where she was beaten by Dairyland Shan at Waterford. And 5 Dairyland Shan, the winner of that trial. He is a dark brindle, or she is a dark brindle bitch. She's Sign It Ace, Spooks Me, December 24. So two youngsters here with just the one mark on their card. The greyhounds are now gathering behind the boxes and loading up here for trial 18. Lot 35 Dairyland Amelia and lot 36 Dairyland Shan. It runs. And off we go. And the first to show leaving the gates is Dairyland Amelia, who will lead into the turn now. She's only very young and she's shown signs of extreme greenness there and run off at the first turn, but she's come back for more, showing really good pace down the back straight. And now strikes the front at the halfway stage, goes on at the third, Dairyland Amelia, despite running off, has still managed to go on and hit the front in this trial. She just about hangs on in the closing stages.
So that's trial 285 by net, with a time 27:30, 27:30. Zero trial practice soloist before it's put in it.
Result of trial 18 was first trapped to Dairyland Amelia, a March 25 puppy, winning in 27:30, so well inside grading time, and beat trap 5 Dairyland Shan by a neck. Sectionals there down the card 584 and 593.
I've got fucking needle in my bag.
So the next trial is trial 19, Soloist from the Brendan Matthews kennels. No marks on the card for Soloist. Jan 25, very young puppy, drum and tying out of her 6-bend mother. At the time she won the Traders final in 2021, by the way. Air runs. And away we go. Level line leaving the gates. Soloist now just about the leader into the turn. Very, very wide and green on the track is Love the Name. And down the far side, Soloist has now gone on. She's quickened into around about an 8-length lead going into the third turn now. Soloist from Love the Name, who's showing signs of greenness. Her mother, Rahabofo, won the Irish Oaks, but she's quite lost here in this trial. Love the Name, very, very green, whereas Soloist that little bit better prepared maybe and handled the track much the better of the pair.
Trial 284 by 7 and a quarter length, the winning time 26:86, 26:86. Zero trial from 2.
Results of trial 19 was first trap 2 Soloist, who beat Love Thy Name 26:86 by 7 and a quarter lengths. And our next trial is Off and Away. 0 to Hero is the first to show and accelerates into the turn and has around about a 2.5 length lead from Golden Dewdrop down the back straight. 0 to Hero, still with this 2 length lead into the third turn now. 0 to Hero from Golden Dewdrop, who's trying to now bridge the gap as they turn for home. 0 to Hero, steering a middle to wide course, just hangs on in the closing stages from the fast finishing Golden Dewdrop. Gets the margin to around about half a length in the end, and there's no gone clear into the drop. Result of trial 20 was first trap 2-0 to Hero, 27.08. Beat Golden Dewdrop by 3 parts of a length. That one clocked to 27.14, and the sectional was 5.64 and 5.75. So the next trial is trial 21. This is from the Sean Conway kennel here. Frankton View is a daughter of Grangeview 10 out of Queen Leona. She's British bred, November 24 puppy, so an interesting recruit here. To the sales, trap 6 is Walk the Talk, lot 42. Sign it Ace, Ballymac Neva. Ballymac Orner, I should say, who's a sister to Ballymac Merlin, who won the 2021 Irish St Ledger. Two nice puppies here. Hair set in motion. Gates lift off and racing, and just missing a beat was Frankton View. Walk the Talk will lead into the turn, very, very wide. Now cuts across and handles the bend pretty well for a youngster. Walk the Talk still with this narrow advantage into the third turn. Oh, he just checked at the sow there, and he's allowed Frankton View to go past and hit the front into the third turn. Frankton View then has gone on up towards the line, will win it by a couple from Walks the Talk, who showed raw pace there, lots of greenness, and you could probably mark him up as a better performance than that, because he definitely checked his stride as if he thought it was a drop down the back straight. So results trial 21, nice trial there. The winner was Frankton View in a 26.55 and beat Walks the Talk by 2 lengths. That one clocked to 26.71. The sectionals were 5.79 and 5.69. This next trial is just a solo now for Droopy's Lakota after the withdrawal of Droopy's Sway earlier on. Now, Droopy's Sway was bitten, but won't trial, but will be offered up on the bench later. So she's a Droopy's Dorota's Wildcat out of Droopy's Hunch, who's a proven dam, a Jan 25 mere baby, and Droopy's Lakota, who will trial here in the solo, is a Dramana Bucko Droopy's Thelma, and again a Jan 25. Stand by. So from trap 6 and keeping fairly wide, Droopy's Lakota goes into the first turn, and again steering of that wide course, Droopy's Lakota looks ideally suited to the stripes. She's Dramana Bucko out of Droopy's Thelma, really nicely bred. Droopy's Lakota, maintaining this wide course throughout, is a racing manager's dream, and has gone through her paces very, very nicely indeed. So the time there for Droopy's Lakota, 27.65, 27.65, and the sectional there was 595.90. So just 2 trials to come. Trial 23 is Easy Code, and Macdara Julie next. Easy Code, no marks on this daughter of Ballymac Kingdom's card. She's a February 25 puppy out of Ballymac Live, nicely bred. And Macdara Julie, just 1 trial back in March at Drumbo when winning a 2-dog sprint in a 1914, a daughter of King Sheeran out of Macdara Yar, October 24 pup. That's our next trial, trial 23. Dogs are in the boxes and the hare is now running for trial 23. And away we go, fairly level break leaving the traps and into the turn. Just marginal leader now is Easy Code, who goes round in front from Macdara Julie, who's around about 3 lengths down out the second turn. Down the back straight, extended away, accelerating. Easy Code, he's trying to put this trial to bed now and has taken this lead from about 4 lengths down to 5 or 6 turning for home. Easy Code's going to come home by a wide margin here and win quite convincingly from Macdara Julie.
Track 2, 562, track 5, 569.
Oh, sorry, I didn't get that. The section. Didn't get the section, sorry.
Rachel, get that.
562.
569. The pole's out of the trip looking to tell Rachel so she gets that done to get it across and get it shut. Put it in line about it. I'm stupid like that.
Result of trial 23 was first trap 2 Easy Code, who won in 26.74 and beat trap 5 Macdara Julie by 10.5 lengths. The sectionals there were 5.62 and 5.69. The final trial would be trial 24. Trap 2 is Sooty View, lot 47, and trap 4 Ampadu, lot 48. Away we go then, and it's Sooty View. It's the first to show. Oh, runs off extremely wide at the second bend, and Ampadu climbs all over the back of that rifle, showing signs of greenness there. Ampadu now gathering speed into the third turn and hits the front now. Ampadu's had to work hard, just got forced wide by Sooty View, not really negotiating the bend tremendously well. Ampadu, with that better experience, has put it to good use and won the trial quite convincingly in the end.
First time ever. You went, you smiling. Ryan?
I'll let you wait then.
Oh, that's back row, 4 metres, deep line, 6 lengths.
So the result of trial 24, the final trial.
Will start at 12 noon. So that's the result.
Rathme and View clocked to 26.49 in the early part of the session. There were some notable sectionals and sprinty types in the Statsman who clocked to 5.48 over the line, and also from the same kennel, the Matthews kennel, 5.51 for Snatched, and some decent all-round efforts. Amazing Persia was one of those real youngsters that caught the eye in a 26.77. So they were some of the fastest times of the day, but there were plenty of eye catches in between. The sales will start at 12 o'clock.